The watch world in 2025 feels different. There's a new energy and a bold spirit sweeping through brand collaborations. While the heavy hitters like Rolex and Patek Philippe still lead in prestige, smaller brands like Christopher Ward and Ming are showing they can deliver big, bold horological statements without the excessive price tags. This year isn't just about the best-known names, it's about fresh ideas, adventurous materials, and a rise in rose gold of all things. Let's dive right into the most anticipated watch brand collaborations and releases of 2025 and what's making them the hottest topics in collecting circles right now. Christopher Ward's C12 Loco, Value Champion of the Year. Christopher Ward might not have the clout of century-old maisons, but it's hard to ignore what they've delivered with the C12 Loco. For just over $45,000, the C12 Loco offers engineering detail and finish that looks like it should cost double. Despite a nearly 14mm thick case, it offers visual depth that draws the eye in, particularly when you catch the intricate gear teeth visible just beneath the hour and minute hands. Large bridges suspend a free balance wheel and escape wheel on the dial side, creating visual drama that's uncommon in this price tier. Because so much of the movement is exposed from the front, the case back offers a surprisingly open, airy view. Add in twin barrels with 144 hours of power and an in-house caliber CW00003, and it becomes clear why this piece is causing a stir. For a brand that's been steadily gaining traction over the past few years, the C12 Loco might be its best foot forward yet. Arnold & Son Constant Force Tourbillon, Elegance in Obscurity. This beauty got a bit lost in the noise at Watches and Wonders, which is a shame because the craftsmanship here deserves more attention. With a sea of milky white enamel serving as the backdrop, the Arnold & Son Constant Force Tourbillon floats with quiet elegance. A scooped-out Roman numeral subdial adds historical depth, while the visible constant force tourbillon and deadbeat seconds feature give it modern edge. It's a watch that balances simplicity on one side, just the hours and minutes, with mechanical complexity on the other. It doesn't scream for attention, but it earns it from anyone who understands true horological artistry. The limited edition nature of this piece makes it even more compelling for collectors. The rise of rose gold and pink gold, 2025's most unexpected trend. Ask most watch enthusiasts about their favorite case material, and rose gold wouldn't crack the top 5. Yet 2025 is shaping up to be the year where rose and pink gold are being reimagined in compelling new forms. Whether it's the subdued warmth of honey gold from Lange or the full-on pink-on-pink glam from JLC, this trend is everywhere, and it works. One of the most talked-about examples is the Rolex Tiger Iron GMT. It's not just the warm rose case that catches the eye, but the dial, unique on every model, shimmers with complex mineral striations. Each one looks different in the light, making this feel like a truly individual piece. Similarly, the Lange Odysseus Honey Gold version brings a warmth and cohesion that some felt earlier models lacked. In Omega's world, the bronze gold and burgundy Seamaster 300 manages to blend vintage flair with contemporary confidence. And perhaps most quietly impactful is the new rose gold IWC Ingenieur. It may not be the flashiest release, but it feels like the brand is finally finding its footing again, giving the Ingenieur the polish and presence it's always deserved. Jaeger-LeCoultre, Reverso Pink on Pink, the bracelet moment we've been waiting for. Collectors have been whispering about this one for a while, and it's finally here. The full rose gold Reverso with a matching rose gold bracelet. It's clean, it's bold, and it's everything the Reverso has been asking for stylistically. It's not just a hit for its looks either. There's a strong feeling that other versions, white gold, steel, or even mesh, are right around the corner, giving this collection new life and versatility. And with JLC arguably having the strongest overall showing so far this year, this model cements their position. Rolex Land Dweller, polarizing, but potentially a future icon. This is probably the biggest release of the year in terms of sheer attention, and the most divisive. The Rolex Land Dweller isn't winning everyone over, and that's okay. The case and bracelet, undeniably cool, but the dial design. It's as if every department at Rolex had their own wish list, and they all got approved. There's a honeycomb texture, Explorer-style numerals, but only 2 of them, a date window, and a few other design quirks that seem uncoordinated. Still, it's too early to write this one off. There's a spark of potential here, especially if Rolex refines the dial in future versions. The execution may not be perfect, but the presence and build are undeniably Rolex. Nomos Glashütte Club Sport, Neomatic World Timer, serious watch, fun personality. This might be one of the year's best best value propositions. The Nomos World Timer brings a useful complication, clean aesthetics, and a colorful, almost playful design that doesn't take itself too seriously. Available in blue or gray, with 175 pieces for each extra color combo, it's limited but not unapproachably so. With a rotating disc around the dial and a handy GMT subdial at 3 o'clock, it offers real-world utility with a light-hearted design. At 40 millimeters wide and under 10 millimeters thick, it's a perfect all-rounder. Priced under $5,000, this is one of the more exciting releases for collectors looking for refinement without breaking into five-figure territory. A Lange Söhne, quiet power across the street. Lange came out swinging with its honey gold Odysseus, but that wasn't all. The new 1815 and a wearable 34mm case feels like a nod to old-school watchmaking while still wearing surprisingly well. And the brand's new perpetual calendar minute repeater? Absolutely as impressive as expected. There's quiet strength in these releases, a balance of heritage and innovation that few brands master this well. Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar, crown-operated brilliance. Of course there's a new Royal Oak, but this one brings something new, a perpetual calendar operated entirely by the crown. While this concept was pioneered by IWC back in 1985, AP's execution feels refined and purposeful. This sand gold version wears beautifully and simplifies what has historically been a complicated process. It's not just a nod to innovation, it's a practical upgrade for real collectors. If this direction continues, AP could turn more heads beyond the already loyal Royal Oak crowd. Frederic Constant Slimline, perpetual calendar manufacture, complication, compromises, and courage. Frederic Constant deserves credit this year for ambition. Their new in-house perpetual calendar, priced under $10,000, feels like a bold move in a category dominated by far more expensive brands. The issue? It's unclear who exactly this is for. That's not a dig at the watch. It's genuinely impressive from a technical perspective. But the overlap between people who want a perpetual calendar, who have a $10,000 budget, and who specifically want to spend that amount on a Frederic Constant might be very narrow. Still, it's a notable entry, and if more brands take this route, affordable complications without sacrificing integrity, this could open up a whole new segment of serious but accessible collectors. MB&F SPC1. Restraint in a brand built on extremes. MB&F doesn't do tame watches. That's their thing. Extreme shapes, alien-like cases, and sci-fi storytelling. So, when they released the SPC1, a watch that's 38 millimeters wide, 12 millimeters thick, and visually understated, it was a shock, but a welcome one. At around $70,000 to $80,000, it's not inexpensive by any means. But this is MB&F showing what happens when they simplify. It's still a visual standout, but the focus is on proportions, finishing, and minimalism instead of maximalist spectacle. Even the steampunk elements feel toned down. It's like they distilled their design language into a pure, clean form. And yes, half the dial might be your arm hair peeking through, but that just adds to the quirky charm. Omega Railmaster, a smoky, underrated, everyday hero. Omega's Railmaster has always been in the shadow of the Speedmaster and Seamaster, but this year it got a refresh that quietly elevated its presence. One version leaned a little too hard into faux patina, but the smoky gray dial on steel bracelet, that one hits just right. At 38 millimeters with a dial that makes it wear slightly larger, this is the kind of watch that doesn't need to shout. It offers 150 meters of water resistance, a screw-down crown, and a display case back. Plus, it's not limited, which is refreshing in a sea of scarcity-driven marketing. At around $5,800, it's a solid daily watch that deserves more love. Tudor Black Bay Pro Opaline Dial, slowly winning hearts. Tudor hasn't broken new ground in 2025, but there's something to be said for consistency. The Opaline Dial Black Bay Pro is a great example of gradual refinement. It's still a chunky piece at 14.6 millimeters, but the dial does a lot to lighten the aesthetic load. Instead of a bright, glossy white, the dial has the matte finish of high-end paper, absorbing light instead of reflecting it. This subtle shift gives the watch a more relaxed personality. And for those who didn't quite click with the standard Black Bay Pro, this version might feel like the right fit. Grand Seiko UFA. Precision, finally with comfort. Grand Seiko has made a name through its dials and movements, and the new UFA watches follow that tradition while fixing one long-standing gripe: bracelet adjustability. The dials remain beautifully textured, but the ultra-fine accuracy movement is the true story here. With accuracy to 20 seconds per year, this isn't about romance, it's about excellence. Add to that a long-awaited micro-adjustment feature on the bracelet, and suddenly these watches become much more wearable in daily life. It's a small detail, but a big win for the Grand Seiko faithful who've been asking for it. it. Chopard Alpine Eagle 41 SL, a blacked-out sleeper hit. In a year of bright metals and enamel dials, the blacked-out look is making a subtle comeback. Chopard's Alpine Eagle 41 SL in ceramicized titanium didn't get the splashy headlines, but it might be the best version of this watch yet. It's ultralight thanks to the case material and houses a high-frequency movement that makes it a performance beast. The black and orange combination usually runs the risk of looking like Halloween gear, but Chopard pulls it off with balance and maturity. This one flew under the radar at first, but it's gaining traction as more collectors get it on the wrist. Ming Midnight 2901, limited, luxe, and a little evil. Sticking with the blacked-out theme, Ming dropped a 25-piece limited edition called the Midnight 2901. It's stealthy, sleek, and just a bit sinister in the best way. DLC-coated grade 5 titanium gives it strength and lightness, while the layered micro-rotor movement by Schwarz-Etienne adds serious mechanical credibility. There's no getting around it. This watch feels like it belongs on the wrist of a Bond villain. Whether that's your vibe or not, the quality and design are undeniable. It might not be easy to get one, but that's part of the allure. FP Journe Chronometre Furtif, tungsten, enamel, attitude. Released just a day before Watches and Wonders, the FP Journe Chronometre Furtif combines two words you rarely hear together: mirror polished and tungsten carbide. That's right. The case is made from one of the hardest materials on Earth, and the dial is a polished anthracite enamel that just gleams under the light. There's a design ruthlessness here. This isn't made for the masses. It's made for the collector who wants something rare, challenging, and unapologetic. Somehow, its exclusivity and mystery make it even more appealing. Nobody needs this watch, and that's exactly why some will want it. Zenith Chronomaster Revival Shadow, CoverGirl carbon done right. Zenith finally hit its stride this year by leaning into its own design heritage. The Chronomaster Revival, 83,818. CoverGirl carbon doesn't look like a Daytona or a Royal Oak. It looks like a Zenith, and that's the whole point. Wrapped in carbon and available on either a matching bracelet or Velcro strap, this is the kind of watch that feels like it's built for adventure, but with style. With only 150 pieces, it's rare, but it's also a sign that Zenith could really go somewhere if they doubled down on this direction. This is one of those pieces where the limited production might actually be a missed opportunity. This could be a daily wear hero for a lot more wrists. IWC Ingenieur Black Ceramic, a quiet revolution. This one didn't get universal praise when it relaunched in 2023, but IWC stuck with it, and now in 2025 they've refined the formula. The 35mm versions wear better. There's now a perpetual calendar in the mix, and the real showstopper is the blacked-out ceramic model. This isn't just a material upgrade, it's a whole mood shift. What used to be a bit sterile now feels like a piece with personality. It's sleek, confident, and feels like the start of a new chapter for the Ingenieur. For many collectors, it was the best watch at Watches and Wonders this year. Market trends and research, where the watch world is going. This year isn't just about the watches, it's also about the shifting market behavior and how collectors are tracking value, availability, and hype. There's been a noticeable rise in how people use digital tools to monitor and analyze watch prices, and platforms like Chrono24, Watch Charts, Watch Recon, eBay, and EveryWatch are leading the charge. The days of blindly walking into a boutique and hoping for a good deal are fading. Today's collectors are informed, analytical, and increasingly savvy. Limited editions are still moving fast, but buyers are also more critical, especially when it comes to brand authenticity and marketing tactics. One clear takeaway from 2025: collaborations, whether between brands or between brands and artists, are more than marketing gimmicks. They're shaping identity, design language, and collector culture. From large-scale partnerships to subtle design cosigns, the collaborative spirit is what's driving the scene forward. Expert collector tips that still hold true in 2025. Whether starting a collection or adding to an existing one, a few timeless principles continue to define smartwatch collecting in 2025. Checking reference numbers, verifying authenticity, and researching past and current market prices is non-negotiable. And when in doubt, turning to experts or seeking third-party valuations is still the best safeguard. But beyond that, collectors are learning to ask better questions. Does the design speak to personal style? Is the value in the movement, the story, or the brand legacy? How does the watch actually wear on the wrist, not just in pictures? One pro tip echoed across collector circles this year is to avoid buying purely based on hype. Watches like the C12 Loco from Christopher Ward are proof that substance and innovation can beat name recognition in the long run. Meanwhile, high-profile but divisive pieces like the Rolex Land Dweller remind us that attention doesn't always mean excellence. Another insider move? Keep those box and papers. In 2025, missing documentation can still knock 30% to 50% off the resale value. Think of them like a car's title or a certificate of authenticity, essential when the time comes to sell, insure, or trade. A look ahead. What comes next? 2025 has already delivered some big surprises, and it's only getting started. With more collabs rumored to drop before year-end and a growing appetite for unconventional materials and creative case designs, the horizon looks promising. As brands step away from purely heritage-based reissues and start leaning into modernity and storytelling, expect even more adventurous designs in 2026. Rose gold might continue its unlikely reign, but blacked-out minimalism is clearly having its moment too. One of the most exciting things about the watch world right now is how broad the appeal has become. Whether a collector is into mechanical intricacy, brand history, streetwear aesthetics, or minimalist design, there's something out there that feels personal, and that's the biggest shift from 5 or 10 years ago. The most anticipated releases of 2025 aren't just about flash, they're about substance, identity, and evolution. From Christopher Ward's technically bold offerings to JLC's long-awaited bracelet moment, from the accessible Nomos World Timer to the enigmatic FP Journe Furtif, this year has been about shaking up expectations. Design is getting braver, brands are taking chances, and collectors are more informed, more curious, and more passionate than ever. Documentation and condition still reign supreme in determining value, but it's the emotional connection that keeps collectors hooked. That combination of precision, story, rarity, and beauty is what makes watch culture so magnetic right now. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the most exciting watch releases and trends of 2025, make sure to follow up with a bit of action. Check out platforms like Watch Charts, Chrono24, and Watch Recon to track prices and trends. Join collector forums, subreddits, or Discord communities to trade insights and see wrist shots in the wild. And if you're ready to invest, insure, or evaluate your current collection, get a professional appraisal and always keep your documentation safe. There's a lot to look forward to this year. Whether you're in the market to buy or just here for the stories, 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most dynamic years the watch world has seen in a long time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.